qualifying for these events through those horrible closed qualifiers. Never easy in the Swiss. Now they've made it here, and against Dignitas, they are not favourites. It is fair to say that. But my goodness, will they be a stern challenge for a team in yellow that has been playing so well over the last 24 hours?
Dignitas, I think, they're going to relish in the competition of being able to not only continue their awesome streak of going 9-1. They lost a single game yesterday. One of the best records that we've seen throughout the entirety of the RLCS. Not only that, but they've got their chance to work their way up and past Queso. Even still, there is the opportunity, as far as I know, where Dignitas are able to secure that first seed. A very, very important place to be. Even if you get second seed, third seed, whatever it ends up being, the higher up you go, the better chance you've got. And Scrubkilla raising to the skies as high as he can go, opening the scoring.
Can you remember when Scrubkilla's pickup was questioned? We were like, is he good enough to play with Joreuz and apparently Jack? And the answer has been resounding yes after resounding yes. He has made this team look so comfortable. After we go for a cheeky pause, just sorting out some communications issues on the technical side of things. But a good start for Dignitas.
Talking of comfortability as well, looking at these guys in the pre-game chat, they are very friendly. Frequently, you'll see in apparently Jack's videos, these guys talking literally before he's recording, and he's laughing coming into his 1v1 match that he's playing, whatever it ends up being. In chat right now, Hibs confirmed they had a communications DC, and Scrub said, "Bro, I peaked. I need that goal," and then 2 little kisses. So very friendly. I always love those little rivalries that these players have. And you know that they're going to be talking so much about this. No matter who wins, it's something to hold against the other team.
It seems that they are sorted, so hopefully we're going back into our game in no time at all. Not quite sure whether Scrubkilla's goal will stand. Clearly he wants it to, not just to put his team 1-0 up, but also, oh my goodness, what a double tap from good old Scrubby K. We have to talk more, Stumpy, about how well 0-0 Nation played yesterday as well. We say Dignitas went through unbeaten. So did 0-0 Nation. They had a couple of game 5s, and then at the end, 3-1 versus Guild. So not comfortable, so a hard-fought day for them as we return, and it does seem like that first goal will count.
Yeah, thankfully Scrubkilla peaking wants that to be remembered in the history books, but it was also Jack's assist on that, and the teamwork that Dignitas are able to put forwards is huge. Joreuz with a dunk lands on the backboard and a dish straight back in the game.
Oh, look at that, Joreuz. Oh, beautiful, the dish from heaven right there, Doomsy dish coming out for Joreuz. He's a player that is capable of so much as well. And in this long old best of 7, this is not what 0-0 Nation wanted at the start. Dignitas look like they are feeling just as comfortable as yesterday. In you go, please. No! Hibs, mate, lad.
We spoke earlier about how threatening they can be, though, and just knowing that your opposition has got the ability to shoot in a coax their pinch whenever they need to is going to be something that will hold a player back in defense, and it won't let you attack at full capacity.
I'm so upset that didn't go in. Hibs, I will forgive you if you give us a banger of your own throughout the rest of this series. Otherwise, you've just got to watch that one fly by you and go in, But there is some serious stakes on the line for 0-0 Nation as well. They do still have that outside chance of making this major. If they can beat Dignitas to survive in this upper bracket, that will do them no harm at all.
0-0 Nation at this point, though, they need to win. That's the problem. They need to win, and they need Evil Geniuses to finish 5th to 6th or worse. Right now, it's looking like a distant pipe dream after how decent Evil Geniuses did end up looking. So a win for 0-0 Nation is needed all across, but being in the upside of the bracket, it gives you just that level of security that you don't if you even fall one place lower. So winning their group was such a huge step for them.
Yeah, a massive chance to guarantee top 3 if they can do that with flicks like that from Breezy. It wasn't the Breezy flick, but it was a good flick from Breezy to get his team involved in the play. Flame can try and put this one on target. Can he go to the backboard instead? Scrubkilla is there shepherding, and Scrubkilla just brings that balance to Dignitas. So solid defensively to allow his teammates to come forward and have all the fun in the world.
We always talk about respect on these teams, and Scrubkilla and Jack, and ultimately Joreuz, they have undying respect for each other. They are clearly friends, and it's so important when stuff starts to go wrong, or even when it goes right, you can look to your friends to be the players that you want to play with. Joreuz kissing the post on the ball's way in.
I feel like Joreuz could be anybody's friend. We're finishing like this. He is just anybody's pal. I think that just about graced the ceiling. He read it all the way and then slotting it in that top right corner. That is just the goals the man is capable of By his standards, it's not even that impressive, but it's still so pretty.
That doesn't make it into a top 20 montage of his goals, and yet it was lovely to watch. 3 for Dignitas, 2 of them coming from Joreuz, 1 from Scrub. 0-0 Nation do get one of their own, though. Hibs on the blue side.
It was important that they stopped the rot. It was turning a little bit into a Dignitas freestyle competition, and that follow-up from Hibs is exactly what 0-0 Nation needed. A really good challenge as well in the air. Scrub Killer was up for it early, but charging him down that quickly put the question marks on Dignitas. And then, yeah, Hibs was there to put it away. It's now 3-1 to Dignitas after their rip-roaring start. 0-0 Nation maybe going to show themselves able to come straight back into it as Hibs and apparently Jack meet in the air. Good challenge from Breezy, just upping the pace there for 0-0 Nation. It could be 2-3, calling Joreuz into action. Then another demo, so it's looking like they've detected a slight weakness in Dignitas, looking a little bit stagnant in defense, a little bit slow, and not able to do too much about this 0-0 attack right now. Apparently Jack 50-50s with Flame, a man who has all the experience in the world. But apparently Jack has been teed up, and this is when Dignitas can suddenly put the style back on you. You can have all the pressure, but all they need is one chance, one half chance, one pass, one apparently Jack finish, and it could be a 4th goal. Not quite. Breezy there at the near post to save.
It was also crossbarred down, so pixels from it going just about in the net, but Joreuz finding Scrub in the midfield. Yet again, Joreuz has no one to rely on, and so just goes for a shot himself. I was looking midfield from his perspective, and yet he had his eyes daggered on the goal.
You weren't the only one, pal. I think the person in goal as well. It was Hibs there on that goal line. He was thinking, right, I do not have to cover this near post. There is no way this is a shot. And it's over my shoulder and it's in. Oh my goodness. Joreuz is very good at Rocket League.
Unbelievable angle, but does manage to sink it in one of the most British matchups we've had for a long time as well. The last one being 0-0 Nation versus Dignitas. 5 out of 6 players from the UK, all English, apart from Scrub, who is then from Scotland, and then Joreuz from, oh my god, why am I forgetting where Joreuz is from?
He's from the Netherlands.
Netherlands, that's the one. I was going to say Dutchland, but that's just not right at all. It's barely a word. Apparently Jack also securing the Seiko flip reset that he calls it by landing his wheels flat against the ball, but from tilting his nose up to land and then going under and mustying it in. That was a spectacular goal while I tried to remember a nationality. I apologise, Jack.
Up to land. Is that next to Dutchland or is that, on the opposite side of Europe? Scrub Killer puts that one into the corner. There's Breezy trying to turn this one into something of a game, but apart from that little burst of 0-0 Nation pressure, it has seemed like Dignitas. Just look at apparently Jack go. Oh my goodness, Scrub Killer's there for the pass. Oh my goodness, what a pass that is. What a goal. This could be no Flame again. 0-0 Nation have made 2 saves in this game that I just have not wanted to see.
The thing is, getting those saves is confidence inspiring as well. And there's no way to uninspire confidence than just to demo the keeper. Scrub getting a demo of Breezy as well, shutting down the players at the back and trying to get that retribution on yourself of like, no, you saved 2 spectacular goals. Stop it.
0-0 Nation, I mean, you can see Breezy there. They're trying to beat Dignitas for pace. I fear that the way Dignitas are playing right now, 0-0 Nation just do not have that much pace in the tank. The only way they can hope to fashion a win in this series, based on this first game, obviously things change massively from one game to the next, is to just defend with their lives, is what I would say. Try and frustrate them, try and steal a goal, try and keep the goals against tally as low as you possibly can, and hope you get a demo play or something, because you can't match Dignitas playing their game.
They may all be mates, but that game was nothing but friendly fire. 6-1, Dignitas looking unbeatable in that form. 4 goals falling in for Joreuz with one amazing Cuxia punch, not quite finding its way in either. 0-0 Nation, though, their saves were good. For some of those shots that to me looked unsavable, they got in the way and they did manage to block them out. They just couldn't keep out as many that came towards them.
I mean, they only made 2 saves, one from Hibs and one from Flame, and both of them broke my heart actively. So, the 2 they made were quite painful. But, I mean, it's going to be so important, their defense. Can they stifle this? Can anyone stifle this Dignitas attack? I mean, the version of Dignitas that we're seeing, it is reminding me of the regional that they won back in full, where they just looked unstoppable. The solo plays, Joreuz and apparently Jack were taking turns, and then Scrub Killer was doing everything that was needed from him. It seems that team dynamic is totally back right now.
Yeah, I think the Dignitas, they're feeling comfortable after their Friday matches where they ended up going 9-1, as we've said. They feel very happy with how their series have gone. And ultimately, when Dignitas feel like that, it's hard to work them out of that good funk. And 0-0 Nation, they've got a very hard challenge. I do think that it is possible for them to do it. They've got a lot to fight for, but they need to do a lot more than they showed us in that first game.
Well, game 2, 0-0 Nation, can you step up? A team that beat Guild and Queso and Vitality yesterday. You know, this is a squad that can do some, I'll say it, they can do some damage. But right now, can they do so to Dignitas? The Scrub Killer just waits and Breezy charges in. Maybe it's time that 0-0 Nation are trying to up the pace, which is what I suggested against, but hey, maybe it's the play.
Trying to shut down Dignitas at the source is either going to have you being beaten to every ball and therefore it's open at the back, or, as Breezy just proved, it means that you just shut down one player at a time.
That's a good challenge there from Hibs. It takes all his boost, but it does at least manage to slow Dignitas down for a second. But again, a pinch-perfect pass. Apparently, Jack puts it past the goalkeeper.
Great idea from Scrub there to go central. Hibs has to cover the shot. Don't blame him at all. Flame has to pre-jump. Is just so close to being able to save it away. But Jack sends the ball above him in 40 seconds. That's Dignitas yet again with the lead.
Dignitas not just fighting for their first win in this split, their first regional victory, also for that first seed up against Queso, who we've seen, you know, survive earlier on today, just about. Can they, you know, it's going to be a really good battle between those two to see who ends up being EU's #1, which is definitely a position that you want. So there are stakes on Dignitas right now. They are not playing without pressure. They're not just having a laugh because, oh, who cares if we lose? There's still so much that matters for them, but this is how they avoid losing.
An open net falling to Jack as he heads to the ceiling. He can work it around Flame. Then Breeze comes in for a jolly as well. Instead, Jack can just continue with the ball. The second goal, 0-0 Nation. As you said, Cole, ultimately, they are in the upper side of this bracket. I feel like they're already looking as if they've not given up clearly, but they don't look like the same team that did manage to take down Vitality, that took down Guild and Queso, let's bear in mind. Queso were pipped to be the top team in their group, and 0-0 Nation stole that honor away from them. They have got more than what they're showing here, and Dignitas, they're taking full advantage of it.
And it will be a rematch with Queso, the team that are battling Dignitas for that first seed were 0-0 Nation to lose this series, which, you know, based on what we've seen so far, is not hugely unlikely. So, you know, permutations all over the place from what 0-0 Nation can offer in this tournament. But right now, Stumpy, it is the Dignitas story.
0-0 Nation look lost. They look forlorn. They don't know where they need to be. Hibs there doing a couple of turns on the corner of the goal, just not knowing where he should be positioning himself. And Dignitas are just so happy to take advantage of that. If you're playing your mates, as I said, these guys are close. They are all good friends. If you play your mates in the RLCS and you 4-0 them, imagine those bragging rights. Like, that is something that in the UK, you're going to take the mick out of your mates. You're like, yeah, do you remember when I 4-0'd you in literally the RLCS? And they can never get over that.
Well, I'll have to get over something right now because Dignitas is just coming forward again and again. Scrub Killer's trying to bully Hibs out the way, and he's having a chunk of Breezy as well. But Breezy does well to get himself out of a sticky situation. And then Choriz with just a massive fake. It's all getting a little bit silly there on the pitch. But it's Dignitas, this is just playing into their hands completely. It's rare that you see any team play with this much freedom against a team that's this good at this stage of a tournament that they still have to win to guarantee their first seed. This has got to be terrifying, not just for the EU teams right now, but also any, you know, North Americans, anybody from anywhere else watching going into the major.
They're continuing that attack, and you're completely right, Cole, where you've got South American teams and anybody from APAC, North America, OCE, etc., who are going to be trying to look past what they're doing, and Flame has just lit that torch of hope. The light at the end of the tunnel is there now, and Flame, as he works round behind apparently Jack, it starts. Maybe 0-0 Nation, they're not out just yet.
Hopefully not. Hopefully 0-0 Nation really do step up from this point, because the first thing happened in the first game, 3-0 Dignitas, then 3-1, and that turned into a 6-1 finish overall. So still plenty of work to do. Maybe this is where it starts. Breezy, the flip reset. The demo comes in, but it's apparently Jack on Hibs. I heard that demo and I looked into the corner thinking, who's just taken out whom? Sadly, as far as people want to come back go, it was the wrong way round, and Scrub Killer now can barge his way forward until Flame clears it into the corner. It's defending from 0-0 Nation at least. They've managed to just stem the flow of Dignitas attacks, which I still maintain is the first thing they have to do. If they can slow them down for a second, then maybe they can steal a couple of goals and make this one competitive.
Jack lofting high onto that left wall, but Hibs is waiting. Jack can work it around the side, however. Great pass in. Breezy shooting so brilliantly, but Jorius can dive for the top left corner and keep it out.
That's got to be frustrating when you get the perfect finish and still Jorius is able to get there. But it's still another good look for the 0-0 Nation. Now Hibs comes forward. That's a good read from Flame onto the crossbar, and he couldn't quite land and force it in. Breeze is going to try and keep the attack going, but instead it just falls to apparently Jack, and Hibs is going to have to launch yet another attack over towards Dignitas. A great flick there from Flame. He's getting so involved. Hibs tries to finish the job but gets it wide, and Flame can't challenge Jorius.
Such a nice attack. Unfortunately, it does not work its way in. Scrub lofting that high in front of the net. Jorius has to force the doink away. 40 seconds remaining. Opportunities, though, really open themselves up for 0-0 Nation, where they do have ideas. They have got the mechanical ability to get them off. It's just been spectacular saves on the side of Dig so far that is keeping 0-0 Nation at bay. Breezy over the top. Jorius pinches it high and can then get the clear on the open net. From the savior to the scorer, Jorius does it all.
He absolutely does do it all. Look at this, from his own backboard, and then just simple. It just makes it look so simple, but the reason it's not simple is that he does it so fast, drawing the 0-0 Nation players in, making them think just for a second, teasing them, going, I bet you think you can beat me to this ball, don't you? No, you cannot beat me to this ball. I'm going to beat you to it all day long. And make it 4-1 and make it comfortable and make it another massive Dignitas win.
I do like the aggression, though, that we're seeing come out from Scrubkilla generally in his gameplay, where he was going for even early series when it was a lot closer. He was going for those aggressive plays, trying to knock out any player that he could on the back line for 0-0 Nation. But Dignitas, they need that, and they needed that second win. And of course, they secure it 2-0 them. 0-0 Nation, I think they have got a good chance. I think they have got good ideas. But I don't think they have got enough to just get it past Dignitas. And I don't know if they get a game here, realistically.
Yeah, this is looking every bit like a 4-0. It would be a massive 0-0 Nation change to do anything about that. And they have done the first step to making that the case. They have taken a timeout. Now, there is a lot... It is a good idea, but there's so much to digest so far from the first two games. Because you're up against an opponent that is actively styling on you, that is able to dance through your defense. You can't do too much against them. So I'm trying to wrap my head around thinking, what am I thinking in this situation if I'm 0-0 Nation? How on earth do they force themselves into one of these games and make it so they're close?
I think that it's on the coach. It's on coach. I believe it's pronounced Ethan. It's ETHZN, so I want to go with Ethan. So it's a good guess as any.
Respect.
To talk them back into how they play in this series, where they can't just keep sitting back and letting Dignitas shoot, which is what they're doing. They're playing a bit scared. If they go out, I want them to go out on fire, screaming as they jump off a bridge. I don't want them to just do nothing in that situation. They need to be as aggressive as they were yesterday. They need to be the table-topping version of 0-0 Nation. They can't be under that table and let Dignitas stomp all over them.
Dignitas, who finished second in the first regional and then 5th, 6th in the second regional. Both times have gone out to Team Queso as well. So they will be really keen to have a bit of a cheeky rematch against Team Queso, not just for the bragging rights, for that first seed as well. They'll be absolutely desperate to face them. Yeah, 0-0 Nation, I mean, you're saying that you want to see them come out here from the blocks. I still maintain that offensive tactic is going to be a little bit better here against Dignitas. I don't think you can match Dignitas in that regard, but clearly something has to change. You know, maybe this is something
different, right?
Go for bumps, go for demos, ball chase, whatever you're doing right now, do something actively different, because they can't just rotate their way out of this one. You know, the games aren't going to go 50-50 each way. Oh, we didn't quite win it. You're up against a team that's peaking, genuinely, in every sense of the word. Yeah,
for sure. And it's a hell of a place to start it off. Getting a win here would be big for 0-0 Nation, as they need to begin setting down those bricks on their journey towards that major qualification. They need to win the entire thing to have a chance at the major. Even if they don't do it, they can get a couple of opportunities just to earn a bit more money along the way, and ultimately some points for them going through as well. So can they wrestle this victory essentially out of the jaws of Dignitas that have already clamped down.
Flame is going to try and get this one as far away from his own goal as he can, but Scrubkiller just takes control of the situation in the corner and finds apparently Jack. Dignitas yet again just queuing up, getting such clean touches on the ball. We have seen a couple of times 0-0 Nation have countered, and that man Breezy, his mechanics seem capable of breaking through Dignitas and Flame. You know, he was getting so involved in that second game, and he almost got himself a couple of goals.
Flame's somebody that either I identified them as, or I heard somebody else say it as, a very underrated player, has been at the top for a long time. But Jory is on the end of that pass from apparently Jack, who just slows it down, realizes he can't shoot, and Jory is moving up so quickly, he widens the goal for Joreuz to shoot at.
He was already in the air.
Yeah.
Joreuz, I'm pretty sure, was already up. It was a filthy pre-jump. Dignitas' just decision-making is constantly evolving. They very rarely make the wrong choice, especially in an attacking sense. You know, they have lost some series in their time. Just goal after goal, mate.
From every angle, Joreuz is a threat. He came out so wide on that dish and yet manages to whip round and score it past 3. None of them believed he was going for that shot. Everyone thought that was going to be a pass out central, hence their movement. And yet Joreuz pulls the bait and switch. The second goal looking just, it's more of the same. Joreuz with 2. Scrub's got 47 points. He's barely blinked in this game.
He's just having a laugh. He's just like, oh, nice goal, lads. Yeah, well played, lads. Here we go, get involved, Scrubkiller. Find apparently Jack, almost 3-0 there. This is absolute... I'm running out of superlatives for how good Dignitas are. I just can't put into words the utter dominance they're showing, but Breezy, for the 3rd time in a row, gets 0-0 Nation back in the game.
That's a really nice touch as well. To keep the ball close to him so he can instantly go for the shot off it. I like that. He wasn't playing scared. He knew he had time. He looked at his surroundings. He assessed the situation, and he made the correct decision. I want to see more of that.
Scrubkiller pops this one up. Is there somebody there pre-jumping on the other side? No, the ball is going to bounce, and then Hibbs wins the race against it as well. They're trying to close Dignitas down as quickly as they can, our 0-0 Nation, and they're hoping the 50-50 game will work in their favor. They definitely seem to be charging it down just that little bit quicker up to this point, but do they have the mechanics to surprise Dignitas in defense the same way Dignitas are shocking them? It's another mix-up of pace there from Flame, just putting it to the backboard instead of taking control of it. But when apparently Jack can take that second touch and just completely take your attackers out of the game, it's so difficult to keep any sort of momentum up against Dignitas.
Hibbs, though, with 100 boost, tries to fake out Joreuz. He does still get the touch, but solo in the air. Both him and Flame commit for the ball. Jack with the pinch onto the challenge. Can Joreuz win that race? He will be able to. Breezy can get a touch to it, but it's already heading towards the net. That's 3 goals for Joreuz, and Scrub's still on double digits.
Why did you have to add that?
I don't know. I thought it was funny. I thought it was funny. But no, all of them are doing a fantastic job in this game, obviously. I'm punching up to get to Scrub because he is on this incredible team.
Well, 6'9" is Scrubkiller, so, you know, in a very literal sense, it's crazy.
Yeah,
you guys
5'9" flat.
You guys wouldn't believe it, how big that man is. That's 4 goals now for Joreuz. He's getting his 4th. He's already in the air. Look, when Scrubkiller's going for that one. Hibbs tries to clear it, but Scrubkiller just closed it down, yeah. Like, it's the speed of communication. another avenue for praising Dignitas. The speed of communication that they have, right? Even at 50-50, the goal they got, their 3rd one, which Joreuz rolled in off the back of apparently Jack's 50-50. Remember that goal? I mean, I'm starting to lose track of all of them myself. Already, Joreuz was on his bike when apparently Jack put in the challenge. Joreuz was already there. Apparently Jack, his vision of the game is so good that he knew he was winning that challenge 100%. There was no, oh, careful, I might concede here, you know, I might get beaten. He's like, go forward, I got this. And then obviously it turned out to be correct. So that's trust as well. The speed of comms that Jack shows as he's doing it, just everything in fluid perfection right now from Dig.
It's the near prophetic ability that they all seem to have together. And that is what is undoing 0-0 Nation, where they'll be getting a touch or 2, then the others will be resetting into a standard position to then move from. But then there's a double commit. Breezy gets the hit, and then Flame is suddenly left having to grab that mid boost, has to then rotate all the way back round. Good demo, though, from Breezy to open up that back. The 50 does go in the advantage of Dignitas. Still 3 goals separating these 2 teams, and Joreuz, he's got all 4 of the ones on Dignitas' side. It's hard to play against a team that is so happy to wrap around each other and to play in every single avenue. Jack with a gorgeous no-jump doink.
Yeah, we like our doinks to Stumpy and me. Oh, they make us happy, but that redirect from Hibs could have made us happy too. Not quite hitting the crossbar. I mean, there have been a couple of occasions where 0-0 Nation have been a tad unfortunate. Shots that could have gone in and maybe would have opened up the game a little bit. Not quite working, but the passes from Dignitas, their ability to manipulate the angle, to always find each other, just keep that ball coming forward. It is a relentless attack. Look at these little touches from Scrub there. He's rotating out, and the ball just falls for him so nicely. 0-0 Nation are trying to come in, but, you know, maybe somewhere in the back of their mind, like, they're just thinking, I can't wait to look at these replays and learn from it, because it's that sort of day for Dignitas.
Jack does want to get involved with one goal. Unfortunately, though, this time it goes in his own net. Breezy starts the air dribble, and Jack fancies a contribution to it. He'll then catch it off the end, and then it's touched in by Hibs. So it was a two-man passing play air dribble across both teams, finished off with a single touch. 2 goals for 0-0 Nation, though. It's not really enough, is it?
Well, maybe. 25 seconds left. If they can score from this,
Don't do that.
things get intriguing. I will do that, mate. I will do that when there's 2 goals needed with 30 seconds. Objectively, that is very doable. Less so now. You know,
they need to get as many goals as they have done in the games 1 and 2 combined.
Let me introduce you to a game called Rocket League, Stumpy, a game where weird things happen and suddenly goals are scored and players that haven't done anything will pop off with 4 treble flip resets in 16 seconds, all right? It can be done. And just because it wasn't in that occasion and you ultimately ended up being right, doesn't mean that you were right to call me out for trying to make the cast interesting, all right, buddy?
That does end up being 14 goals scored for Dignitas and 4 on the side of 0-0 Nation in total. That is one hell of a discrepancy. Dignitas looking to go through just 4-0 in this upper side, and then they'll find themselves on the upper side of the bracket alongside Endpoint, who are going to be fellow major qualification E's, which is exciting. That's a nice matchup that we're going to be able to see. Otherwise, that lower bracket looking hard. Whoever loses this, whoever it may be, is going to be facing off against Team Queso.
Yeah, Team Queso just waiting, potentially quaking in their boots right now, thinking, oh my goodness, how are we going to get further in this tournament than Dignitas, who are playing like this? But, you know, I'm sure they'll cross that bridge when they come to it. But Dig, like, you can write as many 10 out of 10 reviews as you possibly want, and it will not be enough. This is a perfect Rocket League performance. Even apparently Jack's own goal, it wasn't an own goal in the end, Hibs got the last touch, but even what could have been an own goal looked great. We go to game 4, Stumpy, all right? 0-0 Nation, their last chance to get themselves involved. Even the musty flick got read by Scrub.
Right, 0-0 Nation, I've got an idea for them. I want them to score an incredible goal that gets into the top 3 plays, and at least we'll be seeing them tomorrow.
No, I mean, to be fair, we will see their nameplates in the background of the top 3 plays based on what we've seen from Jorias so far. So I wouldn't worry about that. 0-0 Nation fans, you will see your boys on Sunday's broadcast. But it is 0-0 in this game. 0-0 Nation have made a pretty decent start. They're getting some pressure, sending Dignitas back, big clearances. That's an important part of it. Can they take a lead here with Hibs? Not quite. The much better start to game 4.
Now, speed is something that they need as well. It's something that I want to be seeing from them, where they really did look better when they were just beating the opposition to the ball. When Dignitas weren't quite as confident that, yeah, you know what, we're going to beat them to it every single time. And Flame, the top left corner, he says is his as the ball pinches out awkwardly between Jack and Scrub. The complacency can't be there, boys. We've seen how well 0-0 Nation can shoot when they get the chance.
And it was a brilliant finish as well. That ball was rolling along the floor. It is so difficult to force the arc of the shot that Flame got in that instance. Let's put 0-0 Nation into, I would say, a deserved lead, and now Flame is busting out the tricks. The flip reset coming in. Hibs is trying to slow down, apparently, Jack, who gets past him. 0 boost. Now he picks up 12. Scrub Killer's arriving. He steps him up, but it's well saved again from 0-0 Nation, who are starting to close down these Dignitas passes.
Jorias finds the ball central, though. Breezy, I love that pre-jump. It's just wide, but the speed is now there. Flame to shoot. Jack has to be forced to save it away. Dignitas suddenly looking awkward.
Well, it's the first time in this series they've actually gone behind. 0-0 Nation taking that first goal. And Breezy going to come around as well and ask a few more questions of Dignitas. They're trying these infield passes And it's because 0-0 Nation are just defending that little bit more deeply. They're letting Dignitas pass and making sure they're there for the follow-up, but they have to do the basics. That had to be saved, but it's 1-1.
That's a really rough attempt at a save from Flame. He gets the touch, but he just slows it down with no other intervention. Hibs is there to save it away, but to have it fall so softly and just to stop it in midair means that Joreuz, no matter what he does, he has the forward momentum and he will be able to allow that ball to cross the line. Rough. That's a really, really rough save, unfortunately. And I do feel bad for him for it, but tries to go for the pass on that with 0 boost, though. He does send it behind Hibs with 40 boost. He has a chance.
Oh, he's got the musty going as well. Apparently, Jack will just wait patiently and save that one. But 0-0 Nation really are delving deeply now into their box of tricks just to try to shock Dignitas. They seem to be doing them some good work. Lovely touches coming in. A few mechanics flying in. Here they come now. Breezy into the top corner. Apparently, Jack saves. And look how much distance he gets on that save. Not just getting a block, you know, sending the ball all the way to the halfway line, making 0-0 Nation start again.
And that is what they do, building from the ground up. They're rooted, and now they can continue up and see just if they can secure another goal to take the lead. Flame with a long shot. I love those ideas. Forcing a Dignitas player to hang back. If they know those long shots are an opportunity for them to just try and get a cheeky goal or two, they count just as much as the double flip reset.
By my count, by the way, Joreuz has now got 10 goals in this series. Might be slightly off. I'm sure I'll be shouted at if I am, but it's just incredible the amount of attacking input he has had. But 0-0 Nation are managing to hold him for now. Flames coming in. This could be 2-1. There's a bump as well. It must be, and it is.
Outstanding bump. Look at Scrub get sent into the sky where he waits. Breezy sees a target and he knocks him away. Actually stops and waits because Scrub has to go high on that side wall to then come in and defend. Flame knows where to send it to make it as safe as possible, and he does so. 0-0 Nation, yet another lead.
Will they be able to grind this one out and just make things a little bit nervy for Dignitas in this upper bracket? Joreuz fakes out Breezy, but Flames coming in. This is all about survival now for 0-0 Nation. Get this ball away while still somehow not panicking as Dignitas continue to steal all the boost and have all the plays. But here they come. Flames shooting against Joreuz. He wants to get this one away, and the demo's coming in as well now, Stumpy. They are disrupting this Dignitas attack.
No, that demo was a trade that unfortunately 0-0 Nation did not win. It removes that final player as Joreuz sacrifices himself, and Hibs just about spawns in time to see it go below the crossbar. It was a trade, did not work out that time, but to be fair, the fact they removed Joreuz from the attack, I think was only a good thing. So again, good in theory, it's just that Dig were too good and they worked around it.
They work around things. They adapt to everything, this team. When they have control, like apparently Jack does, they normally make you ask a few questions of yourself. Joreuz, does he shoot? Does he take a touch? Instead, he takes a touch. Good demo as well from Flame on apparently Jack. And they're just opening themselves up some more of the pitch right now, 0-0 Nation, with this aggression play. If this was game one, we'd be saying, wow, this is a really intriguing series. 0-0 Nation have massively stepped up, might take the lead again, but apparently Jack stays against Hibs.
It's just a little bit too late, I think. I mean, obviously, you know, we still have this game, which is looking so much better for 0-0 Nation. But you're right, if this was game one, it'd be much more enthralling. But if this is how 0-0 Nation work their way back into it, I am completely here for it. Final 40 seconds. Has Joreuz go for the triple?
No way, Joreuz! Just when you're thinking 0-0 Nation have figured him out. Oh, wow. From the side to the wall, into the goal. On my screen as well, I don't know what the people saw, but he just came out of the corner on somebody else's camera. Like, of course he was following up, as if we doubted it for a second.
He's just there, and he tries to destroy the dreams of 0-0 Nation. 3-2 with 30 seconds left. Joreuz, yet another goal. And that may well be the top three plays we were talking about earlier, where we see 0-0 Nation. Final 15. 0-0 Nation, they need something.
Come on. Here we go. Here's Flame. He's up, racing apparently Jack, and actually gets the ball cleanly. Scrubkill is beaten by Breezy. They're getting good touches, 0-0 Nation, but not really going too many places. Hibs catches it in the air, gets into the top corner. Flame follows up, it's the crossbar. Here's Breezy up against Scrub. Scrubkiller's 50-50 game, though, is strong enough. Dignitas finish in the top three at least.
Unbelievable how close that was. And yet, 0-0 Nation, the closest game they have had through the entire series. It's a 3-2 and beaten out by quite clearly a top 3 play by Jorias, scoring, I believe, was that 11 goals in total?
Apparently it's 12 overall.
12 goals in total and 17 for Dignitas. Just ridiculous. An awesome performance by Dig. They go through to face off versus Endpoint in the upper bracket final, and that will be 0-0 Nation heading down to the lower quarters to face off against Team Queso.
I'll tell you what, mate, I've got a pre-show topic for tomorrow, and that is Jorias versus Apparently Jack. Because I swear these two just take turns being incredible. You know, Jorias hasn't always been this good in the events that Dignitas have had. Yesterday, I was chatting with Gregan on broadcast, and he was saying to me, Apparently Jack is starting to, you know, not long term, but in the current form, overtake Jorias. And then you see a match like that, and Jorias was stupendous. He was terrific. Yeah. He was magnificent. He was enthralling to watch. There aren't enough words to describe him. I'm fanboying here, mate. You see a game like that, you don't know what to do about it.
It's everything Dignitas had to do, and they did it decisively. Double 4-0 up in the upper semi-finals. That means that the upper side of the finals is going to be huge. That is going to be on tomorrow. But until then, we have our lower bracket match. It will be a 0-0 Nation versus Team Queso after the break.